When we first arrived at Rancho del Oso, part of Big Basin State Park near Santa Cruz, we were excited to explore, but we quickly realized this place tells a story, one of destruction, resilience, and recovery.
Not long ago, this landscape was deeply affected by the CZU fire. Our nature interpreter, David, showed us how many trees, plants, and animal habitats were lost. At first, it was hard to imagine how something so damaged could ever recover.
But as we hiked the trails with him, we began to see something powerful. Nature has its own way of healing.
Tiny plants were sprouting from the forest floor. New life was emerging from fallen trees. Species adapted to fire were already returning. What looked like devastation was actually the beginning of renewal.
We also learned how important plant communities are to the recovery, especially the difference between native and invasive ones.
Natives work here. They support local wildlife, protect the soil, and help ecosystems stay balanced. Invasives, on the other hand, spread aggressively, crowding out natives and changing habitats in ways that make it harder for nature to recover.
After our visit, we got busy finding out and researching about nature and wildfires. We created websites about what we learned and even shared our findings with the younger students.
Also, we knew we had to come back, so we came back for another visit. We didn't just observe, we got to work. We removed invasive plants and learned how restoration actually happens. It wasn't easy. The roots were deep. The work was physical. But it felt good knowing we were helping give native species a better chance to grow.
Everything that's there, Ida needs to be.
We removed a lot of invasives, a lot. We were proud of what we were able to do to help.
Then we planted native plants, species that were chosen specifically for this environment.
By just setting the sticks plants today. Yeah, you guys are in the corner. Oh, there you go, you got it.
There you go, you get it all the way in there.
That moment changed how we saw our role. We weren't just visitors anymore. We were part of the restoration.
When we returned to school, we started noticing something familiar. The same problems existed right here on our own campus along the creek. There were many invasive plants growing, especially English ivy, spreading across the ground and climbing where it didn't belong.
We studied how to correctly remove invasive species without causing more damage. We learned which native plants would thrive here and how restoration depends on careful, informed action. Then we put our learning into practice.
It was hard work, really hard work, and we realized quick that there was still a lot to do.
Using native plants we had started in our school garden, we transplanted them into areas where they could succeed. Places we selected based on what we had learned about sunlight, soil, water, and habitat needs.
Sprinkling now.
A couple students even designed and built an air-powered seed disperser to get native seeds to places we couldn't reach.
There's still a lot of work to do, but it's worth it, because when we help restore native habitats, we're not just fixing landscapes, we're helping nature heal, and we're learning how to take care of the places we call home.